Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we've got some major headlines shaking up the entertainment world. First up, rapper Tory Lanez has been viciously stabbed in prison in a shocking early morning attack. Then we'll dive into the explosive court case surrounding music mogul P. Diddy and the serious allegations involving his ex, Cassie. And finally, Kim Kardashian is back in court, this time over a frightening robbery case. Let's get into it. Canadian rapper Tory Lanez has been rushed to hospital after being brutally attacked in prison. The 32-year-old, legally known as Daystar Peterson, was stabbed 14 times by another inmate on Monday morning inside the California Correctional Institution in Teotihuacan, about 75 miles north of Los Angeles. According to prison officials, the attack occurred around 7:20 a.m. local time. Lanez suffered multiple stab wounds to his back, torso, head, and face. A post from his official Instagram account revealed that both of his lungs collapsed during the assault. He was temporarily placed on a breathing apparatus, but is now breathing on his own. Despite being in serious pain, Lanez is reportedly in good spirits. The Instagram post states that he is talking normally and is deeply thankful to God for surviving the attack. Staff at the prison responded quickly, providing first aid before transporting the rapper to a local hospital for further treatment. An investigation is underway and authorities have yet to reveal the identity of the attacker or a possible motive. The California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation has not commented further, citing ongoing proceedings. Questions now surround Lanez's safety and whether he should be moved to protective custody. Lanez is currently serving a 10-year sentence for shooting fellow rapper Megan Thee Stallion in 2020. The incident took place after a party at Kylie Jenner's Hollywood mansion. During the trial, Megan testified that Lanez shot at her feet and shouted at her to dance, after an argument over their relationship and careers. Megan required surgery to remove bullet fragments from her foot. Lanez was convicted on 3 felony gun charges, including assault with a semi-automatic firearm. Despite the ruling, he has continued to maintain his innocence and refused to apologize, even during sentencing. Lanez was a major figure in the hip-hop world before his conviction, with 7 US top 10 albums over a 7-year period. He's also teased a new project titled Peterson, which may be released while he's still behind bars. Whether or not this latest incident affects those plans remains to be seen. The case and now this violent prison attack have sparked fresh conversations in the hip-hop community. Celebrities like 50 Cent and Iggy Azalea had previously weighed in on the trial, with some calling for leniency. Now, fans are questioning his safety and future in the industry. Cassie Ventura, the former girlfriend of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, has taken the stand in a high-profile federal sex trafficking case against him. She entered the courtroom quietly, walking past the jury box before taking her seat. Prosecutor Emily Johnson was ready. Cassie's attorney had told reporters earlier she's very ready, and she was calm, poised, and confident. When asked to identify Combs from a photo, Cassie replied, "We were in a relationship for a little over 10 years. But what followed painted a far more disturbing picture. He would smash me in my head, knock me over, drag me, kick me. Stomp me in the head if I was down," she testified. She described injuries, knots on her forehead, busted lips, and bruises covering her body. Prosecutor Emily Johnson presented still footage from a 2016 hotel surveillance camera. Cassie said it showed her leaving after what Combs called a freak-off. These were sexual encounters where Combs watched her with other men. He called it voyeurism. "He'd watch me have sex with escorts. He introduced it. Eventually, it became a job for me," she said on the stand. Cassie said Combs first proposed the idea within the first year of their relationship. She recalled feeling sick. "My stomach dropped," she said. "I was confused, nervous, but I loved him and wanted to make him happy." She said she didn't know how to say no. "Eventually, I didn't feel like I had much of a choice," she testified. "I didn't know what no could turn into." She explained how Combs controlled her life, her image, her work, her relationships. "I didn't have much say. I was really young, super naive, and a people pleaser." She feared upsetting him. "I didn't know if he'd get violent or just cut me off completely." She also feared blackmail materials becoming public. "I kept broken laptops and phones, not knowing what was on them." Cassie signed with Bad Boy Records in 2006 at the age of 19. At first, her relationship with Combs was platonic. He supported her career, especially after rough performances. Then, things escalated. In August 2007, at her 21st birthday in Las Vegas, Combs kissed her in a bathroom. "I cried and ran off," she said. "I didn't want to kiss him. Not at my 21st birthday." Prosecutor Emily Johnson asked how Combs influenced her career. Cassie said, "He called all the shots. He decided what songs were released and what projects she worked on." After the Vegas incident, Cassie began visiting Combs in New York hotels. Their relationship deepened. "I wanted to be around him. He was exciting and powerful. He held my career in his hands." Cassie said she was sexually inexperienced at the time. One night, Combs performed oral sex on her. She felt pressured when she didn't reciprocate. "He made me feel crazy," she said. "I didn't even have the vocabulary for what was happening." Eventually, they took a trip to Miami with friends. There, Cassie said she took ecstasy Combs gave her. They had sex for the first time. That Miami trip marked the start of their romantic relationship. "Sean Combs had many girlfriends," Cassie testified. "But I thought we were monogamous, at least for a while." The relationship was kept secret for years. She said it was partly because she was his artist and partly because of his family. Still, she fell in love and began building her life around him. She cut ties with her old management, who also managed her ex-boyfriend. "I traveled everywhere with him. I was in studios constantly. I was like his little shadow," she said. At first, it felt like her first real adult relationship. But over time, that changed. Cassie described how Combs' world was overwhelming, with assistance, fast access to everything, and power. Eventually, she began to see another side of him, an abusive, controlling side. He controlled everything, from what I wore to who I talked to. She described how she spoke with him constantly, throughout the day. If she didn't answer his calls, he'd become an incessant caller and sometimes send security to her home. "I had no freedom," she said. Cassie gave an example of how his moods impacted her. "He could swing in different directions quickly. Sometimes it wasn't even about me. I'd make the wrong face. And then I was getting hit." She said he gave her busy work, music projects that never went anywhere. It felt like control. Just a way to keep tabs on everything I was doing. Despite the relationship appearing monogamous, Cassie eventually realized it wasn't. "He made me feel like it was just us." But he was Puff Daddy. He had many women. I had to learn that the hard way. Still, she believed in what they had. He expected fidelity from me, so I thought that's what we had. Over time, it became clear she was wrong. Cassie said she eventually moved from New York to Los Angeles to be near Combs, who wanted to be close to his children. Combs paid her rent in New York, and when he did, he had his own keys, using them whenever he wanted. In LA, she lived just minutes from his house. Later, she bought her own home in Studio City to regain a sense of independence. "I wanted freedom," she said. "I wasn't getting it in other ways, and we didn't even fight about it. I just needed space." Despite recording hundreds of songs, Cassie testified that 9 albums under her deal were never released. "My career was stifled. That's how it affected me financially. He had control over everything." This case isn't just about a broken relationship. It's about control, power, manipulation, and abuse. Cassie Ventura is no longer staying silent. She's telling her story. To a jury and to the world. In an emotional testimony nearly a decade after one of the most shocking celebrity heists in modern French history, Kim Kardashian has faced the men accused of violently robbing her at gunpoint. In 2016, Kim Kardashian was held at gunpoint inside her luxury hotel room in Paris. She feared she would be raped and believed she was about to die. Now, at 44, Kim appeared in court tearful, composed, and determined to confront the 10 men accused of orchestrating the crime. She described how the robbers stormed her room, dressed as police officers, dragging her across the bed, tying her up, leaving her naked and terrified. "I absolutely did think I was going to die," she told the court. "I said a prayer for my family, for my sister, that they would have an okay life after seeing what happened." Kim recalled the horror, the violation of being grabbed, tied up, and dragged naked from room to room. "Being touched and picked up when you're naked is very violating," she said. The robbers, dubbed the Grandpa Gang by the French press due to their age, made off with over $9 million in jewelry, most of which was never recovered. In a surprising twist, Three of the accused men spoke, some through letters, others in person, offering apologies and asking for forgiveness. Omar Kadash, known as Old Omar, said he was haunted by guilt. He wrote a heartfelt note read aloud in court. "Your forgiveness is a sun that comes to illuminate me." The note read, "Thank you. I'll be forever grateful." Kim, now training to be a lawyer and advocate for criminal justice reform, responded with strength and grace. "I do appreciate the letter," she said. "I forgive you for what has taken place. But it doesn't change the trauma or the way my life has been forever changed." Two other defendants also expressed regret. One, visibly shaking with Parkinson's, apologized directly to Kim. Another said, "I empathize with your pain." Kim's longtime friend and stylist, Simone Harush, also testified. She recalled waking to a scream, a sound of pure terror. "To see my friend with her feet taped, her rope hold all messed up. I thought she could have been raped," Simone told the court, visibly emotional. She had locked herself in the bathroom and contacted Kardashian's sister and security guard, fearing for both their lives. The trial, now nearing its conclusion, is a moment of reckoning not just for the accused, but for the trauma survivors carry long after the headlines fade. This is more than a celebrity robbery. It's a story of fear, survival, and forgiveness.